Good evening, one and all present here. In a very short span of period, we will be starting with our webinar today. Please be patient for those minutes. Thank you. Good evening, ma'am. Ma'am, we'll be starting in a few more minutes. We'll be starting up.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Welcome.
A very good evening to all the lovely participants present over here. Thank you so much for honoring us with your auspicious present. I hope I am sound and visible to everybody. Can anybody please acknowledge that in the chat box? Thank you, Ms. Simran. Thank you, Chetna ji. Thank you, Tejas ji. Thank you. Thank you so much, everybody, for acknowledging that. Thank you. Today, we all have joined together to discuss upon the significant topic on blockchain and virtual assets in India and its implication on the economy, along with its aspects on Income Tax Act and GST. Blockchain and virtual assets have reshaped the financial landscape, opening up with new ventures for investment, fundraising, and cross-border transactions. However, the transformative potential also brings challenges, including regulatory and security concern. In the session, we together will embark on a journey to understand the fundamentals of blockchain technology, exploring with the virtual assets, and grasp what a broader implication of this revolutionary paradigm of Income Tax Act and GST. I stand before you with immense pride and joy to introduce you all with our two remarkable individuals who have made significant contribution to their respective fields. Let me begin by introducing the first keynote speaker, CA Riddhi Jain ma'am. Ma'am is an exceptional professional holding the title of FCA and CS and an accomplished MBA graduate with a gold medal from the prestigious National Institute of Business Management, Chennai. Notably, she secured an impressive All India rank 4 in cyber law examination from Government Law College, Mumbai. Ma'am expertise extends beyond her academic achievement. She is a certified FAFD and a prominent figure in the domain of blockchain consultation, a rare achievement for a woman in this field. Her firm in Raipur has not only trained over 5,000 per participants with ICAI in 2017, but has also been involved in more than 30 blockchain technology projects. We welcome you, ma'am. It is an honor and privilege to present our second keynote speaker of this webinar, Advocate CA Bimal Jain. His reputation precedes him as a renowned figure in the field, and I am filled with gratitude as his former student to introduce him today. With an illustrious career spanning 24 years, Sir holds impressive qualifications as an FCA, FCS, and an advocate specialized in indirect tax, including GST, service tax, excise, VAT, and many more. Currently, Sir is serving as a founder of A to Z Tax Score LLP. He also holds the prestigious position of chairman of the Indirect Tax Committee of PhD Chamber of Commerce. Moreover, Sir's expertise has been immortalized in his book titled GST Law and Commentary 8th edition, which has been widely accompanied. Throughout his journey, Sir has been acknowledged and celebrated with numerous accolades, including the Business Leader Award from MET School, Noida, the Best Speaker Award from NIRC ICAI, and the Young Achiever Award at Igniting Minds in 2015, and among several others. His remarkable achievements and wealth of experience make him an invaluable asset to this webinar. I have no doubt that his insights and wisdom will have a profound impact on all of us gathered here today. I feel incredibly privileged to introduce both of these distinguished personalities. Their wealth of knowledge and experience will undoubtedly enshrine this webinar. With that being said, not taking more time to introduce these two personalities. Everyone is well worth with them. Without any further ado, I will call upon ma'am to please proceed forward with the webinar. Thank you so much, ma'am. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Srishti, for wonderful remarks. I mean, that was much more than needed. And good evening, everybody. I can see like 150 participants as of now, which is a good count of numbers. People are generally not inclined towards a distinguished subject, this being one of them. Whenever I introduce myself as somebody who works in the field of cryptocurrency, the first thing comes up is, oh, she's into some kind of gambling. Now, let me take you to the different world of what this world is. Is it really a world of gambling, or it is a beautiful world wherein I'll take you to my own journey, how I started it, what goes on in blockchain, and how do you see cryptocurrency? How do you see cryptocurrency and how it has to be actually seen? Can I get the screen sharing option in case? Yeah. So I started my journey in 2017, but before that, when I was a student, one fine day, there was a client who approached me, and this client, he said, I want to file my ITR. He just said, okay, I'll be just paying you 5,000. I was like, very happy being a student, filing a US return, getting 5,000 bucks was great enough for me. Eventually, when he paid me, so he told me that I'll pay you in Bitcoins. I was happy, okay, 5,000 INR Bitcoins, this is like good enough. I told my father it is going to come over a blockchain and in an account. He was like, are you sure it is going to reach you right? Yeah. So for the fees was coming into Binance, and that was for a ITR return. And I was happy because I was a student, but I knew the nitty-gritty of things. So after I did his work, and when he paid me, the best part was when he paid me in dollars and not INR. So that made me much more happier. At that point of time, it was nearly 60 rupees. $1 is equal to 60 rupees at that point of time. I was like more than happy. I was actually calculating things in INR while I was paid in 2017 in like dollars. So I was super duper happy. That made me get channelized into this particular industry. And that gave me a shift of idea that, okay, let me work in this particular industry. Eventually, I got a lot of clients who are regarding filing of returns, from filing of returns to helping them in developing their blockchain. I've done it all. So this was how I started my journey. Now I'll take you to the other part of my journey. And when I take you to the other part of my journey, you'll be like, oh, this is really happening to a female in this particular industry. I would say, yes, it has happened to me. And this is something I'm going to share with you. Is my screen visible to you? Yeah. So here I go with my screen. Okay. Suppose, for instance, tomorrow if Bimal Jain sir says me, okay, you are doing brilliant in seminars, we'll have hundreds of seminars throughout across India and world, and I'll pay you. And he's like, okay, I'll pay you lump sum 1 crore rupees ka deal karte hain. I don't know if he's ready or not. I just see a thumbs up, haan de denge. See, he's so genuine by heart, he's ready to pay me. So this is how a blockchain works. What I'm going to explain is how a blockchain works. He said me, yes, okay, let's pay you 1 crore rupees. What do you think if you go with a normal banking system? Kitna time lagta hai? The normal banking system takes T plus 2 days. Much more sometimes. Since it's a cross-border transaction, suppose, for instance, I am in Australia, he is here. But this transaction, what we do over a blockchain will take fraction of seconds. At the same time, it is done over a public ledger and it is verified by multiple people. As soon as this transaction got booked, you can see here there is a block that is created. Once you see this block, there are multiple computers that are going to verify the transaction that is over a network. So we have two devices, one is of sir's, one is of mine. And as soon as the transaction is processed, every single computer in the network verifies that particular transaction. Now, this is the beauty of the transaction. When we work with a banking industry, that is the centralized form of industry. One verification is done by the bank and it takes time. In the blockchain industry, it is verified by multiple computers over the network. These multiple computers are geographically located over multiple places across the world. And once this transaction is going to be verified, you see a different computers over somewhere in Africa, somewhere in India, somewhere in other places. So once this transactions get verified, all the ledger is public ledger. When every ledger verifies the transaction, this transaction is through. And say in next 1 minute or 2 minutes, he's like, oh, I see my phone and I have that 1 crore rupees. And he's like, oh, there's some negative balance. And I see, oh, my balance is gone. My 1 crore rupees is gone from my wallet to Riddhi's wallet. What does he need from my side? Just wallet address. And this is done over a public network. When it's done over a public network, can somebody else access this? Can you guys check it? Yes, anybody can check a public ledger. Irrespective of the fact you won't get my name, but you'll definitely get my address. You can check a person's number of transactions that he has done. What is the current amount in dollars or INR that a person holds in his or her wallet? And once this is verified by multiple computers, it goes to a particular wallet. And then there comes miners. If you see this hammer, this is for the miners. As soon as the miners verify, this is the green one. The first person to crack the solution out of all these computers will get the mining reward. And the person who gets the mining reward gets in Bitcoins. So you might have heard that there are a lot of miners who have installed machines at their places, which eats a lot of electricity. And these miners are paid rewards. And when these miners are paid rewards, they have multiple computers are located and they are acting as miners. A lot of people have created this mining thing at their homes, at their offices. And when they win a reward, they get in some Bitcoins. And it's not like they get one Bitcoin. Once they process a transaction, they get a fraction of Bitcoin. So per day, if they accumulate it, so eventually they are getting money that you call a standing income, somewhere that you get a fixed income every time you mine a transaction and it's done at once. So this is how mining takes place. So once a transaction is requested, a block is created. As soon as the block is created, it goes all over the network. It is verified by every single person sitting in the network, and a block is created over a chain. Once a block is created, can you see the earlier transactions? Yes. You can see the current transaction and earlier transactions, but is it mutable? Can it be changed? No, this is an immutable transaction. Ek baar paise gaye means gaye. You cannot change the transaction there and then. I think this is how it goes in the banking area also. And then once the transaction is verified, it goes from his account to directly my account. This is how blockchain industry works. And why is blockchain important? You know, Indian government and our finance ministry always says one thing. She is for blockchain, but she is against cryptocurrency. I think multiple times it has been said by the government that blockchain is a beautiful concept, but we are against cryptocurrency. Now I'll take you to the times of the fact that we had demonetization. Once we had demonetization, the best part was demonetization was done in a day. But I would just like to address you with the fact, ever have you heard, listened, or seen in any kind of news how much money was brought back? There is no news regarding how much money is brought back. Now, the reason is every country, even be it Federal Reserve, there was a good amount of recession in the American market in 2017. And even before that, there was a recession in 13s. Now, what happened is there is so much of currency, the normal currency that we use in the market, even in terms of dollars. Now, what US government did was, as soon as the recession was there, they printed more currencies. They gave free currencies to the citizen. And what we think is it's backed up by gold. It's fixed in number. It is ascertained by the government already. Now, there was a particular guy called Satoshi Nakamoto who thought that there should be a limitation to the number of currency that is being printed. He said 21 million Bitcoins are going to be there. Don't confuse yourself with the fact that cryptocurrency is based out of blockchain is true. But blockchain is the concept behind the cryptocurrency. So blockchain is the basic building block for a cryptocurrency to work. Blockchain itself is a big area. Cryptocurrency just is a subset or part of it. So when I say cryptocurrency, Bitcoin is one of them. So he came up with the idea, okay, I should have a universal currency for across the world. And with that concept, he brought about Bitcoins. And in 2009, there was a guy who used 10,000 Bitcoins and he bought a pizza. And later in the bull run, this cryptocurrency, this blockchain came to, this particular Bitcoin came to $69,000 in the highest heights. 10,000 Bitcoins for 2 slices of pizza. Imagine the amount he has lost and the way it hit his head. There are a lot of people who are trying to figure out their pen drives or say their hard wallets where they have stored their Bitcoins. They were like, it's of no value. And the way we keep our pen drives, okay, we'll find it someday. And there's a man who's trying to figure out everything from the garbage because he has 10,000 Bitcoins there. And he's actually searching every place in the garbage that where his Bitcoins are stored. Now, the fancy thing about the cryptocurrency is this market is highly volatile. When it comes to the cryptocurrency is just a digital form of money. It's a code wherein digital form of money is there. And it's done in the peer-to-peer economy. When I say peer-to-peer economy, I think you saw that there were transactions that were verified by every single computer. So it's encrypted and decrypted. If you have your own code, that means that's your money. Now, there are examples of cryptocurrencies. It's Ethereum, it's Bitcoin, it's Dogecoin. There are many coins in the market, and the moment I'm saying it, it keeps on increasing. Coming on to the Indian government, how beautifully has the government accepted it? The fact is, the moment government was able to figure out, in earlier years, the first thing they said was, let's ban the cryptocurrencies. And that is how this industry started. First, they banned the cryptocurrencies. They said, no, this is not something that we like. They said, this transaction is totally banned in India. Later, they came up with the fact, no, we are going, this transaction is okay. In the latest Finance Act, 2021 that we say, in that particular Finance Act, they directly came up with the idea that, okay, we'll tax you. And the taxation was a super duper high limit. It came up like 30%. Why was that? I see my clients, they are of 21 years of age. They have like 21 crores in their bank account. And the fact is, their father is hardly earning like 12 lakh a year. The fact is, they have done a lot in this market. Do I have a problem with rotating the screen? Okay. So the point is, they have earned a good amount of money when it comes to dealing in the cryptocurrency market and the blockchain industry. Now, these youngsters are basically trading in the market. There was a time that was called as a bull run. Currently, there's a bear market in the crypto industry. Everybody is like, oh, what is the position of your assets in the current time? Do you still trade? Are you into the trading part? What are you currently doing? Are you still assisting some kind of blockchain projects? Are they there? So the fact is, now we are in the bear market in the cryptocurrency industry. So what happens is, a lot of other coins came up in the market during the due course. And these coins you can check at CoinGecko and CoinMarketCap. The way coins are listed, these are listed in different kind of exchanges. Now, these exchanges are nowhere close to NSE, BSE, NASDAQ, or whatever exchanges. The share market is regulated market. Shares are listed in NSE, BSE. They have some kind of regulations. Now, as soon as the government realized there are so many people who are earning so much in this market, by investing in lakhs, they are earning in crores. Eventually, a lot of clients were called to the ED. And there were a lot of cases, there were clients who came up with the fact, ma'am, we have files. And the files actually were nearly of this level from the ground, if I say this level. Their daily transactions came up to be like, they did thousands of transactions, and they were inter-wallet transactions here and there. So when they do n number of transactions in the cryptocurrency market, what happens is n number of transactions, and ED calls them for the fact why there are so many transactions and why somebody starts with a very less amount and in this market is able to earn in crores. And this is a true fact. A particular client, his father took him to the police stating, my guy has done something wrong, put him to the jail. I hardly and barely earn something. I'm a normal bank employee. And this guy says, I have crores in my bank account. How come? I'm not even able to assist him financially for his education. And he says, I have a good amount of money. Later, he said, those police people, they were asking him, how do you trade in the market? How do you initialize a trade? What is this cryptocurrency market all about? And this industry is also about gaming. There are a lot of things in this particular industry. We very closely are using this industry. If you use Facebook, Facebook has also named itself as Meta. Meta is basically something embedded in the blockchain. And they are going to come with the reality and the fact check in the near future that how they use the blockchain and how your content is going to be your own. So the best part of blockchain technology is this: it's trustworthy, decentralized, improves security and privacy. It reduces cost. The speed is like some minutes and all your transaction is done. Is it visible and traceable? Yes, it is visible and traceable. It's immutable. You have your individual control of data. I carry good amount of things in my mobile. The way you say, okay, my Paytm has money. Similarly, I can say, okay, my Binance has money. Now, you have your individual control of data. As soon as maybe at 3 o'clock at night, if somebody says, okay, pay me now, I can pay them without even going to the bank or without even thinking what is going to happen. The tokenization is here. The best part of CAs who are listening me out here, tokenization is something that can be your area of practice that is done by CAs. Whenever a currency is launched, there is a token economics that is drafted. And this token economics is how much currency is going to be in circulation, how much currency is going to be burned, at what time the promoters are going to have all those currency, how much currency is going to be in circulation in the market, at what time slack is the currency being open in the market, is it going to be in the demand supply basis. There are a lot of currencies which are with a backup. There are some kind of currencies in the market that is actually working with a background base. They're working towards insurance, they're working towards health sector, they're working to solve a financial problem. There are like Andhra Pradesh government, it has all its COVID report over a blockchain. So the government is actually working towards this particular industry in a very aggressive fashion and manner. So this industry is a lucrative industry. At the same time, there is a tokenization. So this tokenization is basically done by CAs in collaboration with engineers. That is the reason I call it as a fintech part of industry. So this is a fintech industry. It's a very innovative industry. Again, this is just that as soon as a transaction is done, a block is created, it's confirmed. There is a public ledger that comes across in the screen. This is proof of work. There's a miner who mines it, and he or she gets a reward. And that reward is in blockchain, it is in cryptocurrencies. Now, there is a definition that was brought up, and this definition was virtual digital asset. What is this virtual digital asset? Cryptocurrency in India are called as VDAs. This definition was brought under 247A. It clearly indicates that virtual digital asset means any information, code, number, or token, not being Indian or foreign currency. Now, this is designed very, very beautifully. They have thought a lot before bringing up this definition. A lot of control in this definition is with the government. Whenever they want, they can prove that this particular thing is a cryptocurrency or this is a virtual digital asset. It's generated via cryptographic means or otherwise, by whatever name called. It is expressed in a digital value with or without consideration. And it is used for financial transactions or investment scheme. It can be transferred and traded electronically. NFT, the non-fungible tokens, I think Bimal Jain sir is going to take the next thing, that how NFT market is going around and about, how the TDS implications are there, and how even Amitabh Bachchan was in one of the gray areas once, and he had to pay a huge amount of penalty because of the NFT that he traded once. So we'll see across. And then it says any other digital asset as central government by notification, as per time, it defines it's going to be a virtual digital asset. So virtual digital asset is broadly classified as numbers, codes, token, anything generated by cryptographic means, and it has a store of value and it can be traded. So any number of cryptocurrencies or n number of cryptocurrencies are already there. So is it covering your normal notes or Indian currency? No. Government itself, and now this 2000 notes are totally being scrapped by this September. I think it's again a warning that if you have some, make sure you deposit it to the banks. So yeah, all those virtual currencies in India, we are not considering as the Indian currency or the foreign currency is not your virtual digital asset. But is your CBDC a virtual digital asset? It says no, it's not a virtual digital asset. Anything generated via cryptographic means is, with or without consideration is, it can be stored electronically. But anything that is physical is a virtual digital asset? No. Anything that is tangible is a virtual digital asset? No. It covers Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Polkadot, Matic, n number of currencies are there. Now it excludes CBDC, your digital gold, and your currencies. At the same time, this NFT is also covered here. To my surprise, the NFT of, if you see the Bored Ape NFTs, these Bored Ape NFTs are sold in $1 billion. If you really look at the monkey, you'll be fascinated that this Gen Z is trying to purchase this monkey for billions, for which my or your father would not even pay 5 rupees. This is the truth of this particular industry. I would say heads up to the people who are actually buying and selling Bored Ape monkeys, and there are so many things in NFT that is being traded. So NFT is also covered here, and anything that is notified by central government will be considered as an NFT. So you have the ownership of that particular item, this is also defined in the definition of 247. Now, I told you the first cryptocurrency that was brought was Bitcoins, and these Bitcoins were the first in the decentralized market as a digital currency. And here it goes. First real world transaction was done to buy 2 pizzas for 10,000 BTC in May 2010. Now equated in actually millions today. Even today, the Bitcoin runs at $30,000 nearly. So imagine 30,000 into 10,000, and the current rate of dollar might be nearly 81, 82, 83. It fluctuates between some 80s. So would have been a billionaire by now. Now, madam came up with the fact that, see, your profit is our profit, but your loss is your loss. So this was the most saddening fact of this industry, that it was taken at par with gambling. Nowhere I see the government being like appreciating the industry of the cryptocurrency market. They want youngsters to work in the blockchain industry, maybe earn in cryptocurrency, but pay at the higher slab rates. I think looking at all the tagging and flagging that they have done with the people of crypto industry and their bank accounts, they have realized that these people have gained a good amount of money in the bull run in the last 5 years. So everybody was like, why and what is this happening? And as soon as something goes wrong, there is a Twitter trending. The fact of this market is, any youngster here is, sorry for removing the screen here and there. So any youngster who is in the crypto market or who is in the blockchain industry will be found in Telegram, Reddit, Twitter, and Discord. Our industry revolves in a different segment. You would not be much active in your Instagram and Facebook, but you will be highly active in your Twitter accounts. As soon as the taxation was brought about, the first thing that came up was, please reduce the crypto taxes. I don't see in the near future it's going to happen. Now, how will the cryptocurrencies be taxed in India? So it says directly like 30% plus surcharge plus cess. Now, a normal weaker section of person working in this industry is basically defeated by the fact that, oh, what is this happening to me? And the fact is, any of the things is not allowed as an expenditure except for your cost of acquisition. No deduction for any expenditure for any allowances. For mining, infrastructure, setup cost, electricity cost, nothing will be allowed. Only thing that is deductible will be your cost of acquisition. Then you cannot set off and carry forward your losses, which is again as good as your market where you trade. The world of satta, that the way that is being treated, the way horse racing is being treated, is a similar way the crypto market is being treated. And then there is no intra-head or intra-head transaction set off also. If you have a profit in Bitcoin, if you have loss in Ethereum, the honest fact is it cannot be set off even in the similar year. So this is basically a need of time. The government should understand, but I don't think that they are actually ready. 105 BBH as the Bear Act, the similar thing was brought about. The similar thing is written in the same slide. Expenses, acquiring, holding, selling, nothing is deductible. The only thing is cost of acquisition, that is being deducted. Indexation, no benefit of indexation. So if you are an individual, you will come in the higher tax bracket, irrespective of your holding period, nature of transaction, be it your private investor or you trade for a long duration of time. Now, there is a case law of a Piara Singh, a guy called Piara Singh, and I'll give away in, I think, next 3-4 minutes, sir. So Piara Singh, it has a case law. It says that even if you have a gambling income, it has to be taxed. Now, current legal position of cryptocurrency is it's neither legal nor illegal. Something that runs midway. So now what happens is Piara Singh used to earn everything in gambling. So I do gambling, so I don't have to pay tax, he said. So the fact is, sir, if you have an income, you have to pay taxes. Irrespective of the fact that cryptos are not legal and not illegal, you have to pay taxes, and the taxes are going to be at the highest level of the taxation slab rate. And this is the truth of the similar industry. And yes, this is something that I want to ask you also. If you invest in 2009, if you would have invested in a Bitcoin, what do you think? 5,000 rupees आपने invest किया होता, तो आज वो पैसा कितना हो जाता है? I'll give you more options also. If my screen is not visible, what do you think? What is the right option? The real reality is from 2009 to 2023, it has shifted to 102 crores, nearly would have been your income if you would have invested 5,000 in INR. So the real fact is, even though the current market is a bear market, there is no perfect answer to the fact that how long will this industry survive, but this industry is there to survive. Reason being, government is always positive about the blockchain part of the industry, and somehow the cryptocurrency is also being attached to the same here and there. So this is the real world fact, and I would give away to Bimal Jain sir for the next presentation and to take up the tedious part. And that is all from my presentation side. In case you have any doubts, we'll take up like post 9, I guess.
The brilliant presentation, and you have explained the concept of blockchain and virtual digital asset in a very simplified manner. There were certain questions which I want to take up first, and then I want to start GST implication on this virtual digital asset. The
Right.
first question which everyone is asking today, whether crypto or Bitcoin is a legal tender. It's not a legal tender. Do you agree?
No,
It's
no,
not.
it's not a legal tender. It's nowhere a legal tender. Currency is defined, and it's defined by RBI in certain acts. And nowhere it says that cryptocurrency is a currency. Somebody asked me in the last seminar why the word currency is there. So I've seen a very tall heighted person called Chotu. So the word Bitcoin and the word cryptocurrency was always there. They came up with the concept of cryptocurrency, but every country is taking up with their individual definitions. There's no universal law to the same. It's not a currency, and it's a virtual digital asset for India.
So it's not legal tender, and RBI is floating their own digital currency, and that is what they are preparing themselves. So if anyone who is trading in crypto or Bitcoin, of course, can we say it is illegal? That is the big question, and it is being asked by Honorable Supreme Court to the central government to clarify. So can we say it is illegal?
No, actually, the definition nowhere covers the fact that is legal or illegal. Directly, they said ki come up with 30% of taxation this way or that way, you have to pay tax. Nowhere it's written that this virtual digital asset is an illegal way of transacting. Nowhere in the law it's written. So legality is ambiguous.
So we can conclude it's not a legal tender, but
Yeah.
in terms of legal or illegal, they are not saying anything. We can definitely do it. If there is income, pay 30% income tax. That's what they are talking about.
Right.
Am I right in saying so?
Yeah, yeah.
So my next question, which is very much important, whenever we look at crypto or Bitcoin, anything, we are very lucrative about the past history of crypto and Bitcoin, etc. That
Right.
lot of profit is being made. Now this is bear market.
Right.
As an investor, yes, there are so many exchange available. Some exchange are stationed in India, some exchange are booked outside India. As an investor, what would be your advice? Any Indian should really get into investment mode for the Bitcoin or crypto?
I would say definitely get in with the amount of money that you are ready to lose. So I come
Okay.
with a lot of disclaimers. When I will talk about should you be an investor? Yes, in order to check how warm or cold is the water, you have to actually touch it. So
Okay.
definitely come with some amount of money that you are ready to lose. Tomorrow it can go 5x, 50x, or 100x, or it might go to zero also. There are multiple cases that I have seen in the market. So this is true that you can be an investor, but then the way in share market, I always suggest don't jump in any particular share just because somebody said it. There are check the white paper, check who is behind the currency. Is there any problem that is being solved? There are multiple ways. I'll share an article with you that how do you check a cryptocurrency. So I think check first. That's your money. So be very cautious. just because I say don't jump into the market, learn the things, then jump. Tomorrow, if your parachute is not opening, you cannot say that, oh, you said and I jumped. No, you have to take that call. Am I supposed to jump here? It can sail you high, it can sail you low. I cannot guarantee you that.
To get more clarity, I'm asking this question on public platform from you. You tell me honestly about yourself. Have you really made profit out of it? In
Yeah,
case
I
you have
did.
missed.
To be honest, in the initial, see, I lost also. I would never say I did not lose. I even lost my nights. I mean, I was sleepless for a few nights also. And I still am a ardent future trader. I long shot in this market very happily.
Okay.
At the same time, there were days like in a month, I doubled my money just because I had a good technical knowledge. I had a group in Telegram that point of time. I used to learn things. At some point, I lost also in the beer run. Nobody knows when beer run is going to come here. Eventually, I had to wind up few things, and there are few things that are taking rest. They'll be there in my wallet, but I don't have to sell it. Now, patience is the key here, that you have to hold it. I know in the backlog, what is the particular problem that a particular coin is addressing. So I haven't invested that Bimal Jain sir has said me to do so, and I have invested. No, I've actually studied something before investing somewhere. So I still have few things in my wallet that are there. Some things are even in loss, and somewhere I'm even making profits. So it depends. It's a mixed bag of everything. Yes.
So wishing you all the best to you. Now
Thank you so much.
it is from income tax perspective. What Riddhi has said that 30% tax on income, and only deduction would be cost of acquisition, no other deduction, and no benefit of carry forward and loss adjustment. What are the GST implication we would be worried about? So first of all, for getting GST implication, this question is very important for all of us, that whether this crypto or digital asset is a goods or services. And Riddhi was saying that this government is, comparing this industry as online gaming. So there are a lot of things happening and we need to have clarity. And today I'm going to throw some light what is there, whether it's a goods or services, and how it is going to be taxed. So I'm going to ask some question to the audience today. I know a lot of chartered accountants are joining today. They are listening to both of us together. One from blockchain technology with the virtual digital asset income tax implication. I'm from GST side, and I'm going to give you some different flavor today. Rest assured, you will get new and different flavor from GST perspective. Rest assured about that. Let me ask first question to all of you. Honestly, how many of you are really invested in crypto or Bitcoin? Say yes in a chat box. I want to judge those participants that they have invested. Say yes in a chat box. Okay, lot many yes and no. So Riddhi, you're getting count right. Lot many are giving response no, yes, but there are so many no, but still they're attending today's webinar. That is highly appreciated. Highly appreciated. And let me tell you second part of the story. Why Bimal Jain, being GST expert, is picking up these new topic? What is the interest? Why I'm picking up these new topic and deliberating with my professional colleagues? Last time we did on chat GPT, we discussed about artificial intelligence. Today we are talking on blockchain technology and virtual digital asset. Let me tell you one thing. This world is moving faster. Lot of things are happening around us. We have to find ways and means. I'm not saying that you should look at all the options for your career perspective, but you should have fair amount of idea. Like I posted one query to Riddhi. Riddhi, have you invested? She honestly said today that she has invested, made profit also, made loss also, with a disclaimer that whenever you're investing, you should take your own call. Now, here is the point. See, these are new technology, new investment opportunities coming in. Can we really look into, and can we see what is happening as on date? We are talking about income tax, there's a GST implication. We do not know whether this crypto or digital asset is a goods or services. What is the GST rate going to be applicable? What would be the treatment about, like online gaming company? Lot of dispute going on, right? with the horse race and casinos. Let me start. I will take 10-15 minutes and then we will start once again interacting together. Riddhi is with us. So we will take these questions forward. Are you all ready? Say yes in a chat box that you all are ready. And I will request you go with me so that, we can understand GST implication part also. Thank you very much. Thank you. So Riddhi, everyone is saying yes, means they are all interested to listen to us. Okay, listen. 50th GST Council meeting, which was held on 11th of July 2023, GST Council has recommended a GST rate of 28% on horse race, casino, and online gaming. Irrespective of whether this online gaming is a game of chance or game of skill. And that too on full face value. This was the recommendation in 50th GST Council meeting. 51st GST Council meeting, which held on 2nd of August 2023. We are sitting on 4th of August, and I'm going to give you the clarity. Rule is not yet out in the public domain, but I will give you my definition and I will tell you what is the meaning of this Bitcoin and crypto when we look at GST implication. Listen carefully. What this 51st GST Council meeting they are talking about, they are saying we will continue to have 28% GST rate. For that, they have said we will apply 28% and that too with effect from 1st of October 2023. Now, what would be the valuation? In 50th GST Council meeting, they have said on full face value, but now they are saying they will come out with the valuation rules. And for valuation rules, they will say what would be the value when they talk about online gaming, be it game of chance or game of skill. And for casinos, they are specifically saying, and that is what during the press conference and press release is saying, it would be on first bet value. The token when you're purchasing first bet, let's say you're purchasing token for 1,000 rupees initially, that would be on first token or coin which you are purchasing, and that is called the bet value. And subsequently, let's say if you are earning something and then reinvesting in subsequent betting, then that will not be chargeable to GST. That is what they have said during the press conference and press release. Let's see, the valuation rule will come out. But let me start GST part. Have you ever, this question to all of you, we are into this Bitcoin and crypto for last 10, 12 years. 2009, Riddhi has said that things got started. We are into 2023, almost 14, 15 years. GST notice. Have you heard of anyone has got GST notice for GST chargeability on trading of crypto or Bitcoin? Say yes and no. Say yes and no. Okay, none has heard that any kind of notice has come. Now, before I move to this, notice, let me, some participants has asked me, what is the meaning of face value? In online gaming, because this online gaming is very important when I'm going to discuss GST implication for crypto and Bitcoin. So that is the reason I'm picking up this part. Online gaming, 4 players are coming together. Listen very carefully, and 4 players are contributing 25 rupees each. Then pool is for 100 rupees. And you have to listen very carefully and you have to say in a chat box that you're understanding my point. So 4 players coming together, contributing 25 rupees each, pool becomes 100 rupees. So there's an online gaming platform which is available. Now, what this platform does, they are inviting these 4 players. They are coming together, contributing 25 rupees, and they're keeping, let's say, 30 rupees as their part of commission or their charges. And 70 rupees is being distributed among the who is winning the game. So that is how it is happening. So only 30 rupees is left out in the hands of online gaming platform. Now, what was the dispute and what GST Council has decided? The dispute was online gaming platform wanted that if GST leviable, then that should be leviable on that commission amount or the consideration, which is called GGR, gross gaming revenue. They wanted GST should be levied on this amount only, so 30 rupees. Whereas government wanted to levy GST on total 100 rupees, which is called face value. Hope I'm clear this part. Now, those who have heard Honorable Finance Minister at the time of press conference, she has explained some of the data. She said online gaming industry is ready to pay 28%, but they wanted to pay on gross gaming revenue. So they wanted to pay on 30 rupees only. So if you apply 28% on 30 rupees, then effectively GST rate will be 8.4%. So what Honorable Finance Minister is comparing, that there are so many items chargeable to 12% rate. You want me to levy 28% only on GGR? It is not worthwhile. And that is the reason council has principally decided that it would be 28% on full face value. So what happened? On 100 rupees, 28% GST going to be levied. So balance rupees left out is 72. So 72, then there are certain percentage to be kept by online gaming platform, and the balance money going to be distributed among the players who is winning the game. That is what the modus operandi is a way forward. So, but this is the basic concept which is supposed to be. Now, you may always argue that 28% too high a rate for this online gaming platform, online gaming industry. So many startups are there in this particular industry. So much of money getting invested over a period of time, they will lose their business. But government has taken a conscious call and they have decided 28% for online gaming. And that is how on the full face value. This part is clear. Say yes in the chat box. Please tell me this part is clear. Say yes in the chat box. I want that at least you should say yes in the chat box. So this part is clear to all the participants for online gaming. Now coming back to crypto and Bitcoin, digital asset, whatever we are talking about. Yes, there's no definition. Let me tell you, there's no definition what is the meaning of crypto or digital asset in GST law. Yes, under Income Tax Act, under section 2, subsection 47A, they have defined what is the meaning of virtual digital asset. In simple word, any information or code or token which is having value cryptographically generated or by any other mode, and that value is being used, digital value is being used in financial transaction. And these virtual digital assets can be stored and processed electronically. Of course, blockchain is the technology which is being relied for this Bitcoin and crypto and digital asset. That is what the concept all about. But what is in GST? For GST to be leviable, there has to be supply. Supply is there. Let's say I'm holder of 10,000 Bitcoin, let's assume, and Riddhi want to buy 10,000 Bitcoin from me. So I'm a supplier and Riddhi is the buyer. Supply is there. As per section 7, subsection 1, clause A, supply is there. Supply means any form of supply of goods or services or both. Supply is there. Next question, which is important, whether this is goods or services, right? So for getting whether this crypto or digital asset is a goods or services, we have to go back to the definition of goods. What is the meaning of goods in GST law? Meaning of goods in GST law under section 2, subsection 52H. Every kind of movable property other than money and securities, but includes actionable claim. I'm limiting here only. So goods means every kind of movable property except money and securities. So whether crypto or digital asset is a money, and if you go back to the definition of money in the GST law, it is only Indian currency or foreign currency, and that this crypto or digital assets or Bitcoin are not being considered, thereby it is not legal tender money. So it is not falling within the definition of money. Whether it is securities as defined under GST law means the same definition which has been given under section 2 subsection H of Securities Contract Regulation Act 1956, which means shares, debentures, derivatives, bond, whether this crypto or digital asset are really shares, bond, debentures, derivatives, no. So this crypto or digital asset are neither money nor securities. But I'm leaving this line before you, whether it is falling within the definition of movable property. Just pause here. Now go back to the definition of services, because we have to determine whether goods or services. Then only rate implication will come. When I look at the service definition, it is saying service means anything other than goods, money or securities. So anything which is not goods, not money, not securities is services. So now we are in a dilemma, and I want to ask each one of you. I have said the definition. Section 2, subsection 102, which define the service. Service means anything other than goods, money, and securities, but includes when you are doing any conversion from one currency to another currency and getting certain consideration for that. That is a part of service. That is what the service definition in GST law. Having listened this definition, goods and services, what is your take? This crypto, digital asset, is it goods or services? Whatever coming to your mind, write down in a chat box, goods or services. Okay, a lot of you are goods, a lot of you are saying service. You're free to write. See, this is not exam. This is only we are enjoying the session and trying to gauge whether goods or services. Let me tell you now. The one Supreme Court judgment in the case of TCS, and why I'm giving this background to you, because I'm sure these are being considered by CBIC for framing rules for levy of GST on virtual digital asset. So you need to really consider those things. Listen very carefully. As per TCS judgment, Honorable Supreme Court, and this judgment came with a software. You know software. Software which is being supplied, whether this is goods or services. In this TCS judgment, Honorable Supreme Court has said that anything which is a part of movable property. So whether software is a part of movable property. And the three tests which is being cited in this judgment to categorize software as a goods. Software as a goods. What are these three tests? It should be capable of utility. So software is capable of utility. Quite obvious. Crypto, digital asset, capable of utility. Second, capable of bought and sold. Possible. We all know it can be bought and sold. And third, it should be capable of transmitted, transferred, delivered, stored, and processed. 5 terms. If you look at all 5 terms in terms of virtual digital asset, it is stored and processed electronically. This judgment came in the context of software, and Honorable Supreme Court has said it's a goods, and it was in the context of levy of VAT and sell tax. And to my mind, if I look at this definition, it looks like supply of goods. It looks like supply of goods. Now, I'm only giving you the background when there's nothing available on public domain. Please appreciate my positioning. I'm doing all interpretation when no background is there in the public domain from the CBIC, but still I'm trying to gauge whether this virtual digital asset or crypto, whether goods or services. So this part, to my mind, as per TCS judgment, and with 3 tests which is being jotted down by Honorable Supreme Court, to my mind, it looks like goods, supply of goods. Having said that, now we have to look at the GST rate applicable. Before knowing GST rate, let me ask you one thing. Whether trading in crypto or digital asset is really exempted. Why we were not paying GST? Who stopped us not to pay GST? Who has told us that GST not leviable on trading of this digital asset? Please tell me, I'm asking this question, whether specifically trading of crypto or digital asset exempted in GST, say yes and no in a chat box. Yes and no in a chat box. It was not. It was not exempted. Neither is a part of Schedule 3, nor it is specifically exempted when I look at the goods exemption notification 2/2017, or I look at service exemption notification 12/2017. It means if I'm a government officer from department side and I catch hold of Riddhi's transaction, that how many trading she has done last 5-6 years, then I'm supposed to get a lot of government revenue, because it was not exempted. It was not part of Schedule 3, believe me, but only there was no clarity. Similar like income tax. Until Finance Act 2021, which is referred by Riddhi, made applicable only from financial year 22-23, they have given the income tax implication that 30% tax going to be levied on income. Prior to that, there was no clarity. So they have said as is basis, means from Finance Bill 2021, Finance Act 2021, effectively 22-23, income tax implication is being notified. Similarly, I can say in GST, since nothing is being defined in GST law, what is the meaning of virtual digital asset? What is the meaning of crypto? What is the meaning of digital asset? Nothing is being prescribed and defined. We can always say, even though it is not exempted, but can't levy any GST because there's no clarity. So to my mind, whenever they are coming out, which I'm sure they are coming out very soon, which I'm going to deliver a little later, for past period, there will not be GST levy for the region as is basis, because there was no clarity from the government side. So rest assured, I'm not going to tax any trading transaction for virtual digital asset. Am I clear to all of you? Please tell me. Amar, you have joined late. Crypto is not legal tender, but it is not illegal also for trading in crypto or Bitcoin. So I hope I'm clear to all of you. Now listen. Before I say what is going to be, let me tell you, if I continue with the same law, it is supply of goods, then it is 18%, 18% GST leviable under HSN code 960899. But as I told you that there was no clarity and government going to clarify the issue, listen very carefully. Listen very carefully. Now, they have said in the press release also, what they are saying, online gaming is going to include even online money gaming. Please, wake up call. They're saying online gaming is going to include online money gaming. What is the meaning of online money gaming? They're saying they are going to provide the definition, but some indication that what would be the definition. See, nothing has come on public domain, and we both, I and Riddhi, is trying to make it simple for all of you today. 2nd of August, 51st GST Council meeting, nothing has come on public domain, but still we are trying our best. What they are saying, the definition could be, online money gaming means any game where player is paying or depositing money or money's worth, including virtual digital asset. I'm repeating again. Online gaming includes online money gaming. And what is the meaning of online money gaming? Online money gaming means any game wherein player pay or deposit money or money's worth, including virtual digital asset. And for information to all of you, they're going to pick up the same definition or maybe some changes, but to my mind, same definition as defined under section 2 subsection 47A of Income Tax Act for definition of virtual digital asset in GST law. In GST law. So meaning thereby, to me looks like, and they have said that 28% GST going to be levied on actionable claim for horse race, casino, and online gaming. Irrespective of game of chance or skill, you may argue tomorrow that for investing in Bitcoin, I'm doing a lot of analysis, like Riddhi is doing a lot of analysis. Skill is there, right? But they're saying, I'm less bothered. I'm less bothered. You are doing skill analysis. I'm less bothered. I'm going to levy 28%. I will equate online money gaming with the online gaming. To my mind, looks like 28% GST going to be levied, not the 18%, but it is a way forward only. And they're saying from 1st of October 2023. Hope I'm clear. Say yes in a chat box. I want to see yes in a chat box. At least you're getting clarity for that. Say yes in a chat box. That you all are getting clarity what we are discussing today. Okay. Okay. Now, two more things. Then I will ask Riddhi to come in and talk about some TDS also 1%. So she will talk about 194S also from income tax perspective. Listen very carefully. Listen very carefully. Now, okay, 28% leviable. But there are 2-3 things which we need to understand. Whenever we are doing such trading of crypto or digital asset, we got exchange. Those exchange either available or installed in India, and there are certain exchange which is not in India. They are stationed outside India. So whenever we, like NSE and BSE, whenever we are purchasing shares and debenture, it is through exchange, right? We have buyer and sellers coming together on a platform and buying and selling. Similarly, for this, crypto, of course, it is secure through blockchain technology, but there are exchange available through which I can go buy and sell. Riddhi, am I right in saying so? Okay. So if it is Indian exchange, before I go to Indian exchange, let me tell you the myth in the minds of so many investors. There's so many guys investing in Bitcoin and they are making payment through their bank account. Initially, let's say you want to purchase 1,000 Bitcoin, let's assume. For purchasing 1,000 Bitcoin, you need to make payment from INR. It will go through your bank account only. So when your bank account get involved for purchase of this 1,000 Bitcoin, then quite obvious, government is tracking the data. Government is getting the data that you're investing this much of money in a Bitcoin. Now it may be through Indian exchange platform or through foreign exchange platform. I'm not naming those platforms because I do not want to market them here. I'm not naming them here. But I'm only telling you that in case you are having a myth that government is not tracking you, then you're wrong somewhere. Please wake up call. Please wake up call. You're paying through your bank account and bank account transactions are being tracked by income tax department and now going to be tracked and part of AIS rightly said by some Abhijit Saha. Abhijit rightly said. So it is being tracked. So those who are having myth that if I'm putting money in Bitcoin, none is watching me, please. And for your information, it is now going to be considered under PMLA, Prevention of Money Laundering Act as well. So though it is not a legal tender, though it is not illegal, but it is going to be highly regulated. And government want that you should not get into such crypto or Bitcoin. Rather, you should look at the digital currency which is being promoted by RBI. So that is the one part of the story, but other part of the story. Now coming on exchange. If you're doing buying and selling through Indian exchange, Indian platform, then quite obvious Indian platform is charging trading fee, right? When you're purchasing, then they're charging trading fee. There are a lot of dispute and notice. DGGI had issued a notice to them, and they wanted that such exchange which is existing in India must pay GST on the trading fee, which they are getting in the buying price taken from the buyer. It is already, notice has gone for the past period. Believe me, notice has gone to those exchanges. Now the problem is there's so many exchange which is not in India but outside India. And you're doing purchasing, selling through those exchange which is outside India. How to levy tax? How government going to catch hold of them? Listen very carefully. For them also government has clarified. Let's say I'm a registered person in India. I'm a registered person. And I'm doing some transaction through a foreign exchange, foreign platform. If I'm registered, then quite obvious my place of supply would be location of recipient. Then I need to pay GST and a reverse charge method. If I'm a registered, problem lies only when foreign exchange providing these facility to unregistered person, And for that, GST Council has said that such unregistered platform need to get registered in India and do the compliances. Otherwise, they will block their access in India. Otherwise, they are going to block their access in India. So way forward, it is going to be highly regulated, Now, having said that, there are two, three things which I want to discuss here. If GST levy 28%, let's assume it is going to be 28% from 1st October 2023, whether credit would be available to the buyer. This is the first question, right? Credit would be available, or this is only one time levy and subsequent transaction, they will not be levy. These are all open questions. One transaction I have done with Riddhi, and Riddhi is doing another transaction with Mr. X. Mr. X is doing with Mr. Y. So like in casino, they have said on first bet value, what would be for this online gaming, which is online money gaming. If it is only on one first transaction or subsequent transaction with a credit chain, that is what we have to wait and watch. If credit chain getting credit, then of course it's like a supply chain value addition. But what happens in case of loss? For income tax, if there's a loss in trading of such digital asset, no adjustment with any other income, no carry forward. So we have to wait for those rules to come in, and maybe it is a block credit. You never know that. Maybe it is going to be a block credit under section 17, subsection 5, which we do not know as on date, but tomorrow it may be a case. So this is one aspect. Second aspect, there are so many other services, like you may be taking chartered accountant services, you may be paying some charges to the software, you may be paying the commission to the exchange, you may be incurring certain expenses. Under income tax, they are not giving any deduction except cost of acquisition. What happens if GST charge on such services for trading of crypto or digital asset, whether credit would be available or not available? Again, a subject matter, and to me looks like it's a block credit, because when they are not giving any benefit under Income Tax Act and they're treating at par definition from Income Tax Act, to me looks like they will make it everything block and 28% leviable. But nothing has come on public domain. So to my mind, whatever I could guess from 50th GST Council meeting and 51st GST Council meeting, and having background of definition of goods or services with Supreme Court judgment in case of TCS, I have tried my best. I have tried my best to answer that what would be GST implication. So now I'm opening the floor so Riddhi can take some questions pertaining to income tax, and from GST perspective, I will try my best. So 10 minutes, we all are ready to take your question. Riddhi, you can pick up question.
Yeah,
From
I have picked up few of the questions that were already there. And meanwhile, you have wonderfully explained the GST implications, and there is not much things that are available about the GST. To be honest, there was a time when a definition of virtual digital asset, when it came up, everybody was like, can you explain this? And this 28%, we are actually looking forward to the fact GST 28% might come up in the crypto industry too. At the same time, on 23rd of March 2022, we are in 23, Amitabh Bachchan, he sold his NFT, and the most famous poem of Madhushala and its recitals, that was done in NFT. It was sold for 7.15 crore INR, and the GST, the IGST that it attracted was 18%. And it was levied as a penalty then by the GST officers, and that was 1.09 crore in 2022. So you're very close to the fact that, yes, we are going to come streamlined to the way of GST. Yeah, nahi wala, it's just a turn of things. And eventually we are going to see everything there. Somebody questioned, I saw some questions in the chat box, and there was a question that will Indian banking system permit if I sell a land and then I take all the proceedings in virtual digital asset? The reality is the banking system may not permit technically. You can take all the money, but banking system may not permit. This is the real fact. And there was one more question that I saw, that can I accept digital payments as salary? You can accept. There is no regulation that you cannot accept. In which head it will be covered? So it will be your business and professional income. At the same time, taxation, be it any head, taxation remains the same, implications remains the same. So your mode of payment in which it is received will not justify the classifying nature of income will remain the same. No matter in which mode you are getting. So these are the two questions that I earlier saw. Now, I think there are other things that are coming up at the same time. Okay, what are the implications or advantage in our profession, accountancy, auditing by blockchain technology? Does this technology affect the way we work? Definitely. I think the whole banking system, if you see the news, if you scroll around, all the banking system is going under the blockchain. So eventually the way we do bank audit, the people who are taking seminars on bank audit, they have to be very proactive regarding how banking system is adopting blockchain. And once this banking system will adopt blockchain, that means the way we see bank audit now and then, the reports, we give reasonable assurance to all the reports. We are not far off from the day that we'll see there are things wherein we can give 100% assurance to few of the things that are under the blockchain, because it's immutable. You'll get the perfect answers to the things. So this technology is going to affect a lot of things. Your retina is scanned and all your flying details, all your blood group details, COVID reports, including your bank statements, everything will be with artificial intelligence and blockchain. I think the last seminar that we took, the sir took about AI. So AI is integrated with blockchain, and imagine the disaster. I would not say the disaster, the advantage that is actually going to come up when these two technologies merge. So people are trying to merge these two industries, and it's going to be a revolutionary industry and a revolutionary way of working that we are going to see in the near future. Once you start using, agar aapne Bing use kiya ho, Bing, POE.com, and all those AI softwares, if you're using, the presentations that we make, 2 minutes, use the AI and your presentation is ready. You don't have to work much. 2 minutes, you just paste it there in the Bing, and they'll give you the exact case law, that this case law you can refer in your income tax or towards ITAT. You can just place in CIT. So blockchain at the some end is working with a parallel footsteps with AI. So these two are the most revolutionary industry. और बहुत जबरदस्त चेंज आएगा in the way we work and in the way we practice. कोविड आया था चाइना में, तो we were like कहाँ इंडिया आएगा? In the similar facts we see कि क्या ही blockchain होता है, क्या ही AI होता है, but eventually it has reached your homes. In Facebook, if we paste a picture of us together that we took this seminar, I don't even have to type that I took seminar with this personality. Automatically it comes. You have taken a seminar with this particular person who is very famous in the industry. He is Bimal. So the point is, they are going to integrate these two systems. So the way we work is definitely going to change. So in case you accept VDA for sale of land, what will be the implications? The major implication is bank is going to block your account first. As per my knowledge, a lot of my clients have got their bank accounts blocked once they start transacting with heavy amounts in the blockchain industry, because the way it is shown in our bank statements, automatically it's reflected. This is a virtual digital asset. So you have to be very cautious that what you are doing, your bank account may get seized. We have had a lot of cases going in and around ki accounts block ho gaye hain. And how to determine import in India? What is this site is? Levy of failure to establish import to India. I think it's a GST fact.
So those. You can just pick up your questions and answer those.
Yeah. And there's, we use an arbitrage trading platform. So there's a lot of arbitrage trading platform that is going around. Eventually, you are violating FEMA, FERA, PMLA. So till date, even if actions are not being taken, eventually you can see notices. You're not far away from the notices. And important RBI guidelines. So there are a lot of guidelines regarding the fact that you cannot violate the major laws of FEMA, FERA, PMLA. Once you're doing any kind of transaction, you have to keep your eyes open that you are violating many laws if you're doing transaction of arbitrage or any other things that you are dealing with. Feasibility of countries. So there are a lot of tax haven countries. Everybody from the gaming industry is basically running from India. Everybody from the industry of blockchain has shifted to Dubai, Singapore, and be it US, be it your Cayman Island, British Virgin Island. There are so many tax haven places, Lithuania, people are shifting. People from our industry are shifting.
But here, the problem is that even though they are shifting and providing services to unregistered person in India,
right
now government is saying they have to come and registered in India and do the compliances. Otherwise, they will block whole access to them. So maybe now it is going to be regulated, even though they are shifting from India, but that is not going to help them in any way.
You are totally true. Like there is an exchange called KuCoin. Like I'm not coming from any of the exchanges. That is, there's an exchange called KuCoin. Recently, one of my clients from US, he said, KuCoin is not going to work in US. This is a very popular exchange.
Okay.
So it was a shocker for people in US that it's not going to work in US. And before like shifting your money from KuCoin, first thing that they are going to do is your KYC. So after you do your KYC, then only you can remove your funds. So this is going to happen everywhere. And today also in all the industry, all the exchanges that we trade in, they take your KYC. So there is 1% TDS, and once TDS is there, government knows where the money is going. Yes. Where is the loop created? So you have to be very cautious. So your head of income depends on your way of working with the crypto industry. Majorly, it's taken in iOS. If you are taking it as a part of salary, you have to show it in salary. If it's your PGPP or regular course of business, so you have to show it there. So it depends how you are trading in the particular industry. So any payment you can receive in crypto is true, but there are limitations to it's $50,000 or $60,000 that you can take. And then there is a limitation to things, and you can not necessarily take all the payments. You have to justify. There are forms that you have to fill. And there are a lot of complications internally that you have to face. So outrightly, I would say before doing any kind of transaction, do take help of somebody who's aware that how a particular transaction is done. You cannot take it against, like if you sell a land, if you're doing some particular transaction and you're like, okay, let me take everything in virtual digital asset and I'll be out of it. I don't have to pay taxes. Somebody was asking, 5 साल पुराने transactions थे तो tax pay करना पड़ेगा क्या? India में rule is, if you are earning an income, the basic law that we see is, if you have an income, you are responsible to pay taxes, irrespective of the fact it is coming from something that is ethical or something that is unethical, something that is defined or not defined. It's legal or illegal. So the fact is, टैक्स से तो आप नहीं बच सकते. आप 5 साल पहले ट्रेड किए हो, आज सेल कर रहे हो, या एनी टाइम दैट यू अर्न प्रॉफिट, you are definitely going to pay tax. Once you sell that asset, once you sell this virtual digital asset in the market, it attracts taxes. Even if you sold 5 years back, to bhi lagega.
Riddhi, your tagline, your profit is our profit.
Yes.
But your loss
is your loss. MBA finance student, yes, I did my MBA finance only, and you can build your career over the blockchain technology, definitely, yes. And I think it's not aggregate. You have to calculate individual profits, individual losses, and then at the end, aggregate everything. This is my profit, and then pay taxes. And then your loss, cry for your losses. Nobody is going to help you out for the same. So this is a true thing in industry. Blockchain, AI, no more manual work. See, there is no replacement to human logics and sciences and human behavior, the emotions that we carry, the way we speak, the way we talk. There are AIs that are speaking. I think you can ask your kids using Snap, and also the AI thing. I'll send you in WhatsApp. There's a particular number that is an AI. Just message it a hi. It will ask, hi Riddhi, how are you doing today? How was your day? What did you do today? Which is your favorite song? I'll forget it today. Tomorrow it will again come. So how was your day today? What did you do today? So if you're not talking to your children, remember this, technology is overpowering. It's substitute to even parents, family members and friends. And people in US and other countries like China are actually marrying something that is called as an AI, a robotic device, because they are not getting the real figure to marry. So जैसे कोविड हमारे घर में नहीं आ सकता, ऐसा हमको लगता था, वैसे ये सब भी हमको नहीं लगता हमारे घर में आ सकता है. So technically, human is still irreplaceable. उसका कोई replacement नहीं है, कितनी ही technology आ जाए. So this is also true. I think I've done, and which platform to trade for, there are many if you search. Inflation, a lot of inflation is happening. Because this digital currency is working with demand supply also. So there is good amount of inflation that is playing a role in the market. And for the gaming companies moving out of India, a lot of my clients are also moving out of India. They're going to some or the other tax haven countries. They're like, why don't you also come around? It's not a speculation because it's not defined as a speculation, to be honest. So it's not at all something like a speculation thing. Taxes to bilkul speculation jaise lage hain, is true. And digital will virtual currency issued by RBI covered under VDA definition mein diya hua hai ki CBDC ko VDA nahi bole. So VDA's definition is covering that your CBDC is not a VDA. And if you want to learn more about cryptocurrency, I think there's a lot of things inside. I'm trying to create a material, write a book so that you can learn about the same. I'll take help of Bimal sir for the GST implications, definitely, yes. So this is an area where a very few people are working. At the same time, you can follow me at I'll give you my email ID for better. If you have any kinds of doubt, you can drop me here. At the same time, my social media presence is Riddhi Jain. In LinkedIn or other platforms, if it comes to Instagram, it's a bit different. My earlier ID got turned down. I don't know. It had good number of followers. Instagram has different rules. So these
What?
are the, I
What
don't
happened?
know, sir. It had nearly 7,000 followers, my old Instagram account. One fine day, I was partying around. I just shot a video. Sayonir was the song that was played. It said ki you have violated something. I don't know what did I violate. It turned off. It had like 800 something pictures and things, and I was like, oh, that was a asset. Because a lot
Oh,
of pictures I post there, they are going to be there.
oh, 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 oh,
So
oh.
that got turned off. Now I have a new Instagram account with Riddhi Lucky 7. Earlier it was with CA Riddhi Jain. So that has happened. And there are so many things. You have Telegram channels with your own name. I don't own a Telegram channel, but there was a channel with my name.
Understand.
Somebody acts and according to your name, and there is infringement. There are so many things that
we have to be careful on social media now.
very, very carefully, yeah.
Okay, let me take 2-3 questions from GST perspective, then we will sum up today. And thanking once again to each one of you who are appreciating both of us together for a very different topic on digital currency, virtual digital asset, crypto. We discuss about income tax implication. We discuss about GST implications. Somebody asked the question, if you are a content creator for online gaming, is it going to be 28%? No. When you're a content creator, you're not in online gaming. Then 18% GST going to be leviable. Now from, if you are getting export proceeds, and that, that too in crypto or virtual digital asset, then that is not as per RBI defined convertible foreign exchange. Then to that extent, it is not sufficing the condition under section 2, subsection 6, for export of services under GST. I'm damn sure under Income Tax Act also, it is not going to be and violated accordingly. Going further, some of more questions that from GST perspective, let me see, quickly run through. In case you can just copy paste your question from GST perspective, then I can quickly see that and reply you back. Okay, so a lot of, for example, credit points to play game on credit, many things. They want to learn everything today. So participants are very, enthusiastic today to learn more and more. Somebody, Abhijit is saying, if online gaming under loyalty program is chargeable to GST. See, they're saying online gaming irrespective of game of chance or skill. Now, when definition is such a wide, then tomorrow it may have implication of 28%. But what is the loyalty program you're referring to? We need to discuss at length, then only we can conclude what it is going to be. Anyone else who want to ask from GST perspective? So Pragnesha is thanking, Riddhi has given her contact details. Okay, so now I'm not finding much of the question in a chat box. If there is not much of the question, of course, we will take up for GST perspective. But before signing off today, let me ask 2-3 questions. The first question. Okay, everyone, Chirag is after you since since the time you started your presentation, Riddhi. So kindly get back to him. Chirag, I've communicated to Riddhi. So I'm sure that you got all the contact details of Riddhi for checking out for virtual digital asset, blockchain technology, income tax implication, GST way forward, and are given GST implication what is going to be. It is going to be treated at par as an online gaming, 28% GST rate. What is the definition of online money gaming? I've explained that part as well. But there's a lot of things which we need to learn. GST on VDA, to my mind, prospectively cannot be retrospectively. Rest assured about that. It is going to be prospectively. But there are many things which we are discussing, and then of course something we have to take it forward in time to come. And this is not only one program. We are going to do many programs. And this 8 to 9, this timing which we have chosen. Why we have chosen this time? We are free from our office work, and we can discuss all these scenarios, which is our learning for all of us together. So time is less. So we can definitely take this. But my 2 questions, not 3 questions, 2 questions. I hope you must have liked this, webinar on different topic which we are creating, and thanking Riddhi also, for which I will ask Srishti to give a vote of thanks. But you can communicate in a chat box. Hope you're liking this new topic, new content with person like Bimal Jain from GST, person like Riddhi from Income Tax and Virtual Digital Asset. So thanks for your all appreciation. Thank you very much. And my last question to each one of you. Are you really doing good? Good means you must try something new and different in a career. Things are changing so fast in everyone's life, and we have to really learn faster. Even the topic is not related, but there is no harm to get real fair amount of knowledge. And that is the only submission of today's webinar. Not only this webinar, the earlier webinar was on artificial intelligence, ChatGPT. Objective is not to get master of AI or ChatGPT, but to have fair amount of knowledge. I'm not saying that you should get into Bitcoin or crypto or digital asset, but have fair amount of knowledge, so that tomorrow if somebody asking you any question, at least you must be knowing what is this all about, and some fair amount of income tax and GST implication. I hope you all agree with me. Okay, so everything is saying very, very good. Riddhi, all appreciation to you. So you may get many followers from today's webinar also. Unmute yourself, Riddhi.
Much more appreciation to you and all the audience who has been here for like continuous 1 hour, communicating to the chat box and then coming to the real grounds of life. This being a very unconventional topic. I know there are a few people who are interested, but hats off to people who have actually sneaked out time and they're interested in earning and learning something new. And a very good initiative from your side, that you're enthusiastically even making yourself aware with something that is new, very technical at the same time. The best part is, hunger to learn. So that is one of the things. And the way he concluded that you have to be good in life and you have to be happy. So to be very honest, stick to one thing in life that you have actually missed on. Maybe running, maybe playing something. Everybody of us, we have some serious routines, some serious office work. So definitely. So that's all from my side. Have a wonderful night. And we are always there, available in all the social media podiums. You can drop any kind of questions and queries. And if possible, we'll definitely try to address and answer your questions. So thank you so much for calling me here. Thank you, Srishti, also for a wonderful invite. And thank you, CA Bimal Jain, sir. Thank you so much.
Riddhi is going to give you the vote of thanks. So just wait for 1 or 2 minutes. But from my side, thanking you for taking out your time and part of this webinar today on different topic. Srishti, vote of thanks, please.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. First and foremost, I want to express my gratitude to our keynote speakers, Riddhi ma'am and Bimal sir, for sharing their knowledge, experience, expertise, and valuable insight. Your contribution have enlightened us and broadened our horizons, inspiring us to think differently and take on a new challenges. And I had no surprise knowing that our audience is left with any of the doubts. I think you have cleared everything in such a brief manner. The procedure relating to the investment in bitcoins, the government challenges, like what is exactly it is an illegal one or the legal tenders, or whether it is considering under the goods or services, and many other valuable points. Like I think they are not left with any of the doubts now. Then, of course, I would like to express my gratitude to our enthusiastic participants for their active engagements and thought-provoking questions have added immense value to the discussion. We hope you have found this webinar as enshrining and enriching, enlightening as we intended to do. Thank you so much, ma'am, and thank you so much, sir, for joining us today. Thank you. Thank you so much.